In this video, I will discuss the data types available in Java. So what are the data types in Java here? So we have primitive data types and non-primitive data types. So in the primitive data types, we have a numeric and a non-numeric. Numeric is integer and floating point values. Non-numeric will be the characters and boolean. So non-primitive data types has class, array, interface, object and string. So in this particular video, I will discuss about the primitive data types. So let us try to understand the primitive data types. So we have a boolean here which will have only one bit, either it is true or false. We have a characters which has a 2 bytes and the range is 0 to 65,535. We have a byte which is only one byte here. The range is minus 128 to plus 127. We have a short which is of 2 bytes. So the range is minus 32,768 to 32,767. We have an integer which is having the 4 bytes. So it is having very big range here. Long is also having very big range. It has 8 bytes. Float is having 4 bytes. It varies. And double is also having the 8 bytes. So let us try to discuss further using the Eclipse. So we are in the Eclipse window here, and I'll try to declare all the variables and try to print them. I'll go and run this. So we are just going to display all the values here. The first one will be the byte, and the second one is like short. The third one is an integer. The fourth is a long here, and this is the floating values and double values, and character is A, and the string value is H, and the boolean value will be the true here. So we are displaying all the values that is stored in the variable. So what I'm going to do is I will try to assign some values and try to see whether it works or not. So we have a byte here, and what I will do is I will declare short variable b, and I'll try to assign now b is equal to a, whether this is going to work, because short is the longer one and byte is a shorter one. So it is going to work here. There is no issues. So now it is going to work. And if suppose say if I say b is equal to 20 and I'll try to assign a is equal to b, whether this is going to work. So it is not going to work, because since the byte is smaller one and the short is longer one, so I cannot store the longer one into the shorter one. So what I will do is I will try to typecast now. So how to typecast here? So here I will say like integer. This is a shorter one here, so I'll say byte. So this is called as the typecasting, where we can try to assign the value of b to the a. Since 20 it can hold, and a is also going to be assigned with the value of b here, and I will display the value of the b here. So I'll just run this and try to see the output. So the 20 is going to be displayed. So after that, what I will do is I will try to declare some integer variable in c is equal to 30. Now what I will do is I will try to store the value of c inside the b. So this is going to work. There is no issues here. Suppose say if I say b is equal to c, then the problem will happen, because we cannot store the value of c. Since c is bigger, we cannot store the bigger value into the shorter value. So so that needs a typecasting here, and I will say it is an integer. Okay, so integer c, and just run this. This is a short here, so let's say short, and run this. So now I'm successfully able to execute this. So this is called as the typecasting here. Suppose say I will say int a is equal to 10, and suppose byte a is equal to 10. Suppose say if I try to assign some higher values like 128, so this is going to produce an error, because 128 is bigger value here. So it is going to cause the error. So what I should do is I will try to typecast it now. So I will say this is the byte value. If I say this is a byte, So what it is going to display now? It is going to display minus 128. The lower range it is going to display. So this is regarding the byte here. If I say short a is equal to, so what is the highest value of the short here? So it is 32,767. 767 is the longest value. Suppose say if I try to run this, so it is going to display this. Suppose say if I say 32,768, it is going to display the error. So it is going to display the unable to convert from integer to the short values. So what I am going to do is I will try to say here it is short here, and it is going to display some negative values. Okay, so it is going to display some negative value here. So minus 32,768. So this is a lower range, it is going to work. And suppose say I will say 69. Just run this and see whether what is the output. So it is 32,767. So the lower, it start displaying the lower range here. So coming to the characters here. So how to display the characters? Here if I say character A is equal to 65. So I can display the character over here and just run this. So it is going to display the A here. Suppose say if I increment the value of A, that is going to increment the value of the A here. A is going to be incremented by 1. And suppose say here I display the value of the A here, so it is going to display the B value. Suppose say if I say I want to display the value that is the ASCII value of A now. So what is the ASCII value? How to display the ASCII value here? Yeah, suppose I say integer and I will run this. So it is going to display the ASCII value. So that is nothing but the 66. So in this way I can display the ASCII values and I can try to display all the values here. So this is how the character works. And suppose say if I make use of a strings. So here I'll say string str1 is equal to hello world. So this string is nothing but the collection of the characters here, and suppose say if I display the str1, just run this. So hello world is going to be displayed here. So in this way I can display the string value also. Suppose say if I want to display some character that is stored in this particular string. Suppose say if I say 1 or 2 and I just run this out. So it is going to display the character here. So it is nothing but L. So in this way I can display all the characters that is present in the string here. So we can also store the floating numbers in the integers. So how to do that? Suppose say if I say integer A and integer B is equal to 3.142, and what happens, this is the float value here. If I say float, and at the end I should assign F here. Suppose say if I try to assign A to F, so this won't work because the floating value is higher and you cannot store it in the integer value, which is nothing but the lower one. So in that particular case, what I should do is I will try to assign the value of here. I will just typecast it and I will say integer. So when typecasting is done, so I will try to display the value of A here. So error will happen because this is unresolved reference. So here it should be B. So just I will run this out. See whether it is displaying. So it is going to truncate this particular value 1.42 and only the integer value will be assigned. So in this particular case we can do like this. And I suppose say if I say double D is equal to say 3.456. Okay, so suppose say if I say D is equal to B, so it is not going to show any error because we can store the lower into the higher ones. Suppose say if I reverse this, if I say B is equal to D, so then the error will happen because we cannot store the lower one into the, we cannot store higher one into the lower one. So in that particular case, we need to typecast this. Suppose say I say float and I say B here. Okay, and let us try to run this. So it is going to display 3.456. So this is how we can do the floating and the we can store double inside the float here. This is what I have discussed in this video. If you like this video, subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching this video.